The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. Welcome to the webinar. And we'll take a look at the Able Trend charts today with the signals on them. Let's jump right in. Take a look at this first chart we're going to look at is CVS, and this is a daily, weekly chart for a little bit longer term trading, because Able Trend's going to work exactly the same no matter what you trade, whether it's a stock, whether it's futures, Forex. Whether you do day trading with it or longer term trading, swing or position trading works just the same, works just as well. Works great for that. It's a perfect example. And you can pick any stocks you like, and you just simply type in the symbol and click enter on your keyboard, and it instantly changes over to a different symbol. So it really works great, and it's really helpful. Nothing's perfect. I can guarantee you there'll be some losing trades too. I certainly tell it like it is. And let's jump in and see what we've got here. So we're looking for triple confirmation, and that simply means we want blue arrows, because that's the weekly buy signal, and it's blue. Able Trend, blue is buy, red is sell. So we want a blue arrow, we want a blue price bar. Now there's the first one comes in, but we don't have the arrow, so it's not quite ready. In other words, the daily buy signal comes in right here, and that would have been on the win ticker report, which scans the market every night and looks for all the new buy and all the new sell signals. So on this day over here, back in March, it would have had, CVS would have been on the win ticker report. And now we just want to wait for both indicators to agree, meaning we want both the daily and the weekly to agree, because if they don't agree, it's no trade. And when they don't agree, that's when the market goes sideways. So we definitely have a very big heads up of when the market's going to be choppy before it's choppy and gets sideways. And you'll see some really good examples on the intraday, because today was a very, very profitable day intraday trading. We like the Nasdaq because it's a little smoother market. Russell is another good one. And the whole key is just to pick up those trends, intraday trends especially, because most of the day the market's just kind of sideways and choppy. That's just the way the market moves. Nobody can control that. What's nice are the no trade zones that keep us out of trouble. About 50% of the time, we'll stay out of the chop when everybody else 100% of the time is getting beat up in choppy market, because nobody can win in chop. So if we can even eliminate half the losses, I mean, that's just, not losing is the same thing as winning. But getting back to this daily, weekly chart, same rules, same color, same dots. We just want everything to be blue. Here's a very simple, important rule. You never, ever buy if there's anything red above the price. Any red dot, red arrow, red X, you never buy if there's anything red above it. Because that would be like running into a roadblock. That's Able Trend telling us where there's hidden resistance above the price. That's called a no trade zone. So there's actually the first time it all comes together. But if you missed the beginning or anything, the sweet spots are fantastic. They are super low risk. And a sweet spot is a pullback back to the blue dots right there. Bounces off of it because the blue dots block the prices from going lower. That's support protection under the price. So we love when there's blue dots below, and that's why we don't get nervous when it pulls back $2 or $3 when the rest of everybody else, all the other traders, I better get out, it's going down. No, if you got Able Trend, you know enough not to get out. You got blue dots, you're safe. Blue dots means you got a nice wall of protection under the price. Stay in the trade, you're safe. And that's a perfect sweet spot. Blue bar, because blue means up, green means sideways. Blue bar, we've got the blue dots, which we've had for weeks, and a blue arrow, which we've also had for weeks. So we've got a daily buy signal and a weekly buy signal and a sweet spot trade right here. Wow, that's sweet. So I was about a month ago at 75. You're at 88 today. And the software said stay in it the whole time. Never said to get out. Now, a couple days ago, it was up at 86, got down to 83. If you don't have Able Trend, I better get out. I'm giving back my profit. What do I do? It's pulling back. No, not if you're a disciplined Able Trend trader. If you're going to trade on emotion, nobody has a chance to win. Just burn your money, you throw it out the window, because nobody can win trading on emotion. That's why the software works so well. It has no emotion and it's very low risk. We're waiting for 2 time frames and 2 algorithms, Able Trend algorithms, doing all these calculations for us to agree. Otherwise, no trade. There's no, it's that or nothing. So it's a really easy system because we just want to wait for the colors to all be blue. That's it. Let the software do all the heavy lifting for us. I mean, here's a very clear-cut, obvious able trend buy signal a month ago at 75, and we're at 88 and change. I mean, that's some big-time money there in only a month, especially if you're an option trader. Oof, you killed them. And again, you didn't have to get nervous when on the pullback here a couple days ago, because you have the blue dots below. It means stay in the trade. You're safe. You've got a nice wall of protection under the price. Hits the blue dot, bounces over and goes up. And we put that blue dot there 2 days before that even happened. Well, that's really valuable information to know. That's why it's so well liked all these years. Here's the sweet spot is right there that I pointed out. We put those dots in there, the support dots, 10 days before that even happened. We said there's going to be a wall of support. If it comes down to there, that's actually a good place to buy, because the prices tend to bounce off of our support points. Very, very profitable. Cool stuff, and certainly helpful. If you like to do a little shorter time frame, more of a swing trade, I like a 130-minute daily combination. Goes exactly 1/3 into the day, 6.5 hours in a trading day. So you get 3 price bars per day. The dotted line, in between the dotted line, is a day. See, 3 bars, this is a day. 3 bars day after. 3 bars day after. So back over here a couple of weeks ago, you can see we got the first X. Well, you can use an arrow, an X, a big dot. It's all the same thing. It's the higher time frame. We have to have both the higher and time frame in agreement. Otherwise, we just won't trade. It's too risky. Clients trading millions of dollars with the software. It's got to be low risk to keep working to be this accurate. 25 years in the making. And right there's where you want to get in. You got the daily buy signal, the X. You got the 130-minute dot, the small blue dot, and you got a blue bar. That's triple agreement or triple confirmation. So in over here, there's a cheap stock, so some people like that. $8.20. You imagine you're still in it today, about 3 weeks later, and it's 10.37. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy move. That's big time money right there. $2 on an $8 stock. A lot of money. And still in the trade. Again, there was a couple of times where it pulled back like 5-10% in a day or two. Oh, I better get out. Not if you got able trend. You have to be very disciplined, because there's no chance of anybody being successful consistently if you don't have discipline. And the software does all the work for us, so we make it easy. Just do what it says. It's going to be losing trades. Said that before. I say it again. Nothing's perfect, but the losses are so small compared to the winners. There's your beautiful textbook, perfect sweet spot. If you missed the beginning of the trade, you still wanted to get in. Yeah, a couple of weeks later, week later, you had another chance right here at 860. Here's another sweet spot right there. It's amazing how it comes down, hits the blue dot, and stops and goes back up. And we put those dots in there, in this case, a couple days before that even happened. There's a perfect sweet spot right there last week at 9.5. Well, you're at 10.37 today. Big time money on these charts. Just have to be disciplined and patient enough to wait for the trade, and disciplined enough to do it, because the software's algorithms doing all these calculations, putting two time frames into one chart. A human brain couldn't even come close in a million years to these results. So don't fight it. Just do what it says, because you're going to always come out ahead in the long run. There'll be bumps along the way, guaranteed. It's risk in trading. You just have to do what it says, because the algorithms have no emotion. And you and I, that's where we get in trouble. So there's no emotion, doing all these calculations, double time frames. You just can't ask for anything better. I don't know what anybody could possibly want. I don't know. There's nothing even close. I don't know how anybody could want anything different than this. It just doesn't exist. That's why it's been working for 25 years, not 25 days. Got 25,000 clients who bought it, and not one person bought it until they tried it for 1 month first. It doesn't get any better than that. Now, this is the mini Nasdaq. If you like day trading, it's very popular with Abletrend. But day trading is more stressful. It's more difficult. It's not for everybody. Everybody wants to be a day trader, but most people can't do it because they'll let their emotions get in the way. And that's when you and I, we all get in trouble. And especially, if you're going to do the mini Nasdaq, which is by far the smoothest, most profitable E-mini market to trade, it's very fast. If you like a little slower moving market, then you do the E-mini Russell. Very popular, very, very profitable with Abletrend signals. Obvious no trade zone the first 15 minutes, which we don't like to trade then anyhow, but there's an obvious no trade zone. Red and blue together. As I said before, we never buy if there's anything red above, like right there. We never go short if there's anything blue below. That just means we're going to run it right into an invisible roadblock. The software can see for us. So first trade of the day, which would be triple confirmation, would be right there. That's a long bar. I'm not real crazy about that. It's really far from the red dot. Don't like that either, but gotta take the trade. We put the stop just a point or two above the top of the red bar, and we would have lost on that first trade. Next triple confirmation trade is right there. We got it back plus a lot more because up and away it goes. I like to suggest for somebody who likes to get in and out more quickly, the 2 green bar stop. When you get 2 green bars in a row, here's the key. Hear this. After you're at least 10 points in profit. So you say, well, here's 2 green. We were actually losing a little bit on that trade. Here's 2 green. We don't care about it. Not an issue. There's the 2 greens. Stop goes a point to 2 points under the lower of the 2 greens, and we're stopped at right there. Well, that one worked out well because that was 25 points. So we more than made up for that loss earlier, and now it puts us in the positive. However, there's a valid sweet spot right there where we lost on that trade about 5 points. So we're slightly up, but I'm going to call it break even. I like to exaggerate the losses, not exaggerate the winners like everybody else tries to do and fool everybody. I'm not a sucker that gets bought into that. So I won't do that to everybody else. That's for sure. There's an absolutely perfect triple confirmation, perfect no trade zone. We stayed out of this whole mess here for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. When the rest of the world was getting chopped up in this sideways mess, obviously Abletrend traders didn't put on a trade. It's just as important knowing when not to trade as it is knowing when to trade. And it just went sideways. So Abletrend, half an hour, 40 minutes before it even happened, said, don't do anything. It's going to be choppy. It's going to be sideways. And the market's only trends. There's only like 1 to 3 good trends a day. And that's when everybody makes their money, because if you don't make your money during then, the rest of the day is just sideways. Nobody wins when it's sideways or choppy. You got to make your money on the trends. Because if it doesn't trend or go in the same direction, how can anybody win? Obviously you can't. Nobody can. Triple confirmation sell signal right there. It worked out pretty well. Obviously everything was red. We're going to sell it short at the close of that first triple confirmation bar. There's 2 greens. We're at least 10 points in profit at that point. About 15 points profit. There's our 2 greens. We're going to get ticked out right there. Okay, no problem. Picked up about 15 points, but I'm going to call it 10. Because there's slippage, there's commission, and we're talking, this is about real life trading here. This ain't about fake stuff. Obvious no trade zone. Okay, now we're getting into that 12 to 1:30 area East Coast time when the markets get quite sideways and choppy. 12:30 to 1:30 would be kind of the heart of the dead. I call it the dead zone, which is lunchtime. Markets don't usually move that much. However, you don't know that there isn't a big move going to come. So it's optional. We leave that optional up to you if you'd like to trade during that time. If you're going to take a break, that'd be a good time to do it. Okay, we've got a triple confirmation buy signal right here. We actually lost a little bit on that trade because eventually the red bar comes in and we're obviously out. Okay, one big, gigantic no trade zone in here. And it's a good thing we didn't, because it just wasn't going to be a winner for anybody. It was very choppy. You say, well, how about over here? Nope, we don't have the big arrow. We don't have the 3-minute. Got the 1 minute, got the 2 minute, got a blue bar. Don't have the 3 minute, which is the larger arrow. You can see that's the larger arrow. You got to have that 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. There was the big move of the day, which always seems to come right around that 1:30, 2 o'clock, 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern time. It seems like every day is a huge move. And I'm talking serious money, big time. There's a triple confirmation sell signal. Down it goes. Now, we don't get stopped out here. Ideally, we like to put the stop above the dots because that gives us the most protection. However, we got two greens in a row after we were 15 points in profit. We're stopped out. 15 points is $300. Nothing wrong with that. We're up. God, got to be up 400 or 500 going into this trade right here. But let's just see 300. Because nobody's going to pick it up perfect. Even if you get most of these trades, most of this profit that the software is giving out to all of us, you're doing great. There's the killer trade of the day, the perfect sweet spot. And the first sweet spot's always the lowest risk. So we always take the first sweet spot trades. That is as textbook perfect as it gets. Red bar, red dot, red 1 minute sell signal, red 2 minute sell signal, red 3 minute sell signal, which was going on for half an hour prior to that anyhow. So the software, there wasn't a blue bar or a blue arrow or a blue dot for the past hour. Well, the software's already, kind of giving us a hint. We're going lower. And this just was a beauty. I mean, stop goes at the second or previous higher row of small red dots. So only about a 10-point stop, not a lot of risk. And it just was unbelievable. Down, 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 down. There's the two greens. The stop out is exactly right there. Right around 260. We got short at 330. It was a 70-point winner. That's $1,400 that Abletrend gave to me, to you, everybody who took the signal and does what the software says. And like I've been saying for the past 18 minutes when we started, you just have to do what it says. It's a lot smarter and has no doing all these calculations, triple time frames, no emotion. That's the key, because that's where you and we all get in trouble. Just a huge winning day again today. We've had very few losing days in this year alone. There have been some, and there'll be more. It's about the third time I've said it. Count on it, because it will happen. Here's the second and third sweet spot. I'm not a big fan of those. Again, I like the first sweet spot, which was the one right up here. However, I like to take worst case scenario, and let's say we took it, we gave back about 5 or 6 points. But we made $1,400 per one contract on the trade before. We got clients who trade 10 and 20 contract. I just keep it real conservative, real simple, no exaggerate. One contract, that's $1,400. We're up at least a couple of hundred going into that. So, now we're talking some serious money. Up a bunch of money. And it's just been a super day again today. It's just amazing day after day. It's just been fantastic. But there will be some losing days. They'll be smaller. They won't be obviously nowhere near as many winning days, but there will be some. So you got to have the discipline. Somebody will lose 2 or 3 trades in a row. Oh no, it's not working today. I better get out. Well, that's fine. If you feel it's too much for you, then you quit. But if you ask me, after 2 or 3 losing, I'd get more confident, because it's very rare that we'd have 4 or 5 losing trades in a row. Hard to do that. That's when the emotional part comes in. You have to be very disciplined. No trade zone, all in here. One big, gigantic no trade zone. We don't have the 3 time frames in agreement. And anybody trading the last 15 minutes, killer, killer, killer. Big time money. It just kept going down. It was unbelievable. Triple confirmation. 1 minute sell signal, it's red. 2 minute sell signal, it's red. 3 minute sell signal, it's red. Red price bar just doesn't get any easier or any more obvious than a triple confirmation sell signal from Abletrend. Take that into the close. I'm Eastern time, so 6 p.m. 1600 is the 4 o'clock New York close. That's right about in that area right there. You pick up another 50 points on the way down. That's another $1,000 winner for every one contract, one lot that you trade. So it was a very big winning day. I hope everybody just caught a piece of it. Not to catch it all. Nobody's going to nail it perfect. If you just got a little bit of it, most of it, great job. Well done. Alan, the NQ and RTY had a A couple of real good trades, but mostly choppy. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. You got to catch those big winners, and adding an older able trend and the no trade zones kept us out of a good 50%, if not more, of that chop. So today was a very positive day. Very positive day. On the NQ, it was about 2,500. If you took all the trades, again, you were just a robot. You got to be a robot. It's the only way you can be a successful day trader. And you got to be in front of it all day, too. But you're talking some big time money here today on the NQ. Yeah, RTY was good today. Yep, yes, sir, Stephen. Yep, Stephen said he had a good day. It was a little choppy in the morning. Yes, it was. It was definitely some losing trades. And then it ended up very nicely. We also have the scalp chart. I'm going to go over that. That's for really short-term trading, getting in and out quickly. Good one, Tyrone. Tyrone says, any classes on how to be a robot? That's the hardest part. That's definitely the hardest part, because if you were a robot today, you got a big chunk of money in your account. And that goes for yesterday and the day before and last week and the week before that. But definitely going to be some losing days thrown in there too. It's not fun, but that's the life of a day trader. It's not for everybody. But it's the only way you can be successful is with able trend. If these triple confirmation trades, the low risk sweet spots, stop losses you put in place. If it was easy, everybody'd be sitting in front of a computer and everybody would be a trader. So pretty cool stuff. But this is the only way you can win, because the market is most of the day it's sideways and choppy. So that's why we combine 3 times. Our technology combines and charts combine 3 time frames into one chart so that it keeps us out of trouble in those choppy markets. Definitely going to be some losing trades at that time, but boy, does it keep you out of a bunch of trouble. Because without it, just forget it. That's why most people can't even. 85% of day traders are losers. They just get killed. People blow out their accounts. It's a disaster. Totally understand that. I mean, without able trend, you have no chance. Forget it. Don't even attempt it. You got your best chance right here if you can set your emotions aside and just do what it says. And if not, then do more longer term stock or ETF swing trading, like I showed you the first half of this webinar. I mean, those results were crazy good. It's a lot less stressful. You have to live in front of your computer all day long. The more longer term trades, you stay in the trade for days or weeks at a time. Great. That works too, just as well. All right, thanks for everyone for being here. Hope this was helpful. Oh, you're welcome, Jim. Anything I can do for you? Glad to help anytime. You always have our full support here. And have a good night, everyone.